Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. So, well, I actually haven't had a chance to talk about this too much now that a lot of people are absolutely disliking Standard right now. So I wanted to see how bad Standard truly is right now. But on the plus side, from one of the most recent tournaments, I believe out in Florida over the past weekend, one deck did take victory, and it was a deck that I actually was not expecting to actually make waves. But you know what? I said, hey, this is definitely within my wheelhouse. But what deck are we talking about? Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's just jump right into it and explain to you exactly how today is going to be. So, without further ado, join me today in the standard format, because we're going to try to see how much we can rank up with a deck that is based around my favorite deck archetype here, the most Chad of deck archetypes, if you will. That's right, Red Deck Wins returns to us here in 2025, and that's actually the deck that actually won one of the recent tournaments out there. The whole tournament, the top 8, from what I can't pull up right now the whole site, but simply put, let's just say that was miserable because it looked like a lot of Is It Cauldron decks out there with VV and the Cauldron and everything. However, the deck that won was a mono red aggro deck. So I thought, hey, that's actually pretty awesome to know. So I figured, you know what? Let's try it. Let's give it a shot ourselves. Let's see if we can jump into some mono red aggro today. Definitely my favorite deck archetype here. And we're going to see how much we can do, at least with a budget version. But don't worry, after a halfway point into the stream, we will see the true version that actually did win the tournament and see if maybe we can rank up with that version of mono red. But before we do that, as always, for those of you who are new to this, those of you who are just joining us and just kind of observing, here's mostly how we break this down. First off, of course, we'll go over the entire deck and explain to you, what the process is and what our strategy is going to be with our cards. We'll then go over the stats themselves, and we'll then cover as much as possible here. Then we'll play as many matches as possible in best of 1. Maybe we'll do a little bit of best of 3, and then we'll of course play the upgraded version of the deck halfway through the stream to see how well it can do if we go all out with the cost. Before, as always, let's go ahead and talk about the stats of the deck first off, because again, long-time viewers of the channel know how we do it. We have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. So our mono red deck, of course, is going to be a, well, I guess I already said it right there. It's mono red. So we're going to be rocking, of course, a 2.0 average mana curve. We're going to be rocking 24 creatures in the deck. We are 9 instants, 3 sorceries, 8 artifacts, and 24 lands in total. So mono red aggro, it's been a little while since we actually played it. I actually do love it. It's still my absolute favorite of deck archetypes here. But exactly how does it work? Well, we just play everything on curve. We just try to push damage through, aggro, 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 and hopefully we just win before our opponent has a way to kind of solve the, or I guess I would say, before they have a way to kind of resolve the board state, if you will. So obviously the first version we're going to be playing is going to be the cheaper version here. We're trying to play it as budget as possible, but we still want to put out there some good and strong threats. Excuse me. So, in order to pull this off, let's go ahead, let's explain to you how it's all going to work. So in the 1-drop slot here, we're going to be starting off with a little bit of early game burn, burst lightning here. Pretty much just 2 damage to any target. Basically, it's an upgraded shock. We can kick it for 4, so for 5 mana, you can deal 4 damage instead. So it scales up decently, of course, into the late game if we need to. The early game threats will be Clockwork Percussionist, Goblin Tomb Raider, and Caveron Harriers. So, Clockwork Percussionist, I love this cute little monkey toy. It does a lot for what it can do. Hasty, deals 1 point of damage, which doesn't seem like it does much. However, when it dies is when it gets extra value. You can exile the top card of your library and unplay that card until the end of your next turn. So you got basically a turn and a half to use the card. So good for us to just get in some early game damage, make it a chump blocker if you need to, and hopefully it replaces itself with a card that you're definitely going to need. Since we do have a handful of artifacts in the deck, we're going to take advantage of Goblin Tomb Raider here. As long as we control an artifact, such as that Clockwork Percussionist, the Tomb Raider can have an extra +1/+0 pump and have haste. So this can be basically a hasty 1 mana 2/2 creature. Decent, of course, and again, we just want it for early game damage. If we want to make sure we still have artifacts on the field, we'll also use Caveron Harrier here. This one's actually a pretty good card that can actually go wide on its own for just a little bit here. So when the creature attacks, you can pay 2 mana, and if you do, a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token is also tapped and attacking. However, you do have to sacrifice the robot at the end of combat, but that's perfectly fine. You can technically do for 3 mana here, 4 damage pretty easily here, and of course, although the robot does go away, it still provides, again, good value for us as long as we keep swinging with it. So those are your early game threats. The second part, of course, the 2-drop slot, is where more of the awesome cards are. So for removal here, we'll use Scorching Shot. I actually praised this card last year on a little short that I did, and honestly, I'm glad more people are catching on to it, and actually works really well with the current meta. Scorching Shot is a sorcery, so it is a little slow, but it deals 5 damage to target creature, so pretty solid removal for us for mono red. We'll also throw in a single copy of Abrade here in the main deck here, 3 damage to target creature, or you can destroy an artifact for us. There's going to be a lot of artifacts that are still running rampant out there in the format, so I figure just a single copy can help us just get rid of key cards we don't want to deal with, especially those cauldrons. We'll also use a little bit of extra burn here. We have 3 copies of Lightning Strike, instant speed, 3 damage to any target, pretty standard, goes well with anything with mono red, aggro, and burn. However, we also want to start pinging away at our opponent here with Razorkin Needlehead. Again, another card that I actually played a little while ago, and I absolutely do like what the card does here. It's a human assassin 2/2 that says, if it's our turn, it gets first strike. Whenever we deal... I'm sorry. Excuse me. Ugh, something was in my throat there. And it's disgusting. Anyways... So Razorkin Needlehead, anytime an opponent draws a card, we can ping them for 1 point of damage. So this is actually going to be great to, of course, hose a lot of decks that are out there getting a little cheeky when it comes to their card draw mechanics. So that's why that's in the deck. In the 3-drop slot, we'll have a single copy of Goblin Surprise, so this may seem a little weird, but hear me out for a second here. Since we do go quite wide here with a lot of the creatures, we have 24 creatures in total in the deck, a single Goblin Surprise can actually be good for us if we want to just pump up the board and just slam our opponents and hopefully just close out the game. However, if say like maybe we're encountering a Wrath or whatever, just the single copy can also create for us at instant speed 2 red Goblin creature tokens, so that actually can be helpful for us at any point in the game. Screaming Nemesis here. Of course, it's got to be a staple for the current mono-red burn deck out there. Screaming Nemesis Spirit, it has haste, it's 3/3. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. So I'm sure many of you out there know how that works. Ideally, if you can redirect sometimes even one of your own burn spells to itself, and then fling that damage back in an opponent's face, you can then basically shut off their life gain, which is great to hosing, again, a lot of the life gain decks that normally would just completely screw us over. In the 4-drop slot, we'll have 2 copies of Sunspire Links here. So an elemental cat, another cat that hoses life gain because it prevents players from gaining life. We can't gain life in the process, but that's perfectly fine. Also, the other bonus, of course, is damage can't be prevented. And when this creature enters, it'll deal damage equal to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. Since we are mono red and we're keeping it as simple as possible on a budget, we realistically only have to worry about 3 rock-faced villages that might hurt us, but ideally, for again, super complex decks out there, this can definitely burn them out for a ton of extra damage once it enters. And then finally here in the 5-drop slot, Nova Hellkite here, brand new from, of course, Edge of Eternities. I love what this dragon is trying to do here. So this is a dragon that has flying and it has haste. It's a 4/5, but it also has warp for 3. So for warping it for 3, you can then cast it for 3. So it can basically kind of be like a flying burn spell, if you will, for 3 that does 4 damage in the air. Also, when it enters, it'll deal 1 damage to target creature and opponent controls. Doesn't seem like that's much of a deal breaker, good or bad, but sometimes that does helpful kind of just ping off again certain pesky chump blockers and stuff out of the way. So that can actually make a difference in certain matchups. As far as the land base is concerned, we're going to be rocking 21 mountains and 3 rock-faced village. So again, I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. We are a budget deck. Now, depending on how the deck goes after the first game of a best of 3, for your sideboard here, here's what I would recommend for you to try to see if you can get extra value out of it. So, Bolt Wave here is what you can use if you want to go more of a burn-focused deck. Again, 1 mana, 3 damage to each opponent. That's pretty decent. If we need to wrath the board, we have Fire Magic as well. You could tier it up to either do 1, 2, or 3 damage to each creature, depending on how much mana you have. An extra copy of Abrade here is also on the sideboard. For, again, control decks out there and combo decks, we can also throw against them main base Lichard here. Excuse me. So, whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, this creature will deal damage equal to the number of non-creature spells they've cast this turn. So if they kind of try to start comboing off, we can just hose them a ton with this little lizard here. Some more spot removal with Obliterating Bolt here. 4 damage to creature or planeswalker, and if it dies, you can exile the card. And then finally here, Vengeful Possession here. So you can gain control of a creature until end of turn. You untap it and it gains haste. So basically, steal something from an opponent's side, use it against them, and also we can then discard a card to draw a card. So again, just helps us again just filter through our deck. Also getting rid of certain blockers we also don't want to deal with. But otherwise, that is the whole game plan for you, everybody. Can Mono Red deck manage itself here in 2025, despite bans, despite the current meta? Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead, let's take it into the standard format. Let's play some ranked right here, and let's see how well we can do. Whew. Okay, we got through the whole deck there, everybody, so now we're going to play some games here. We're going to see how much fun we could totally have here. Okay. Hearing me shuffling in the background there, everybody, it is blazing hot where I'm at right now. Like, we're actually still in the middle of a heat wave here, so I know being a fireball means that usually I don't mind heat waves, but even the heat right now over my area is also getting a little too hot to handle for this little fireball. I should find that funny, though, because also we're playing a we're playing a mono red deck in a heat wave. I'm a fireball, and I do love playing aggressively. But anyway, that's neither here nor there for now. Anyways, let's go ahead, let's jump into it, and let's see. We got our 2 Razorkin Needleheads, which is good here. I did forget to mention, we do have 3 Rockface Village, which may not seem like they do much here, but they can help for specific cards we have in the deck, so that's the reason why we actually use them, just to make something hasty if it's a Lizard, Mouse, or Otter, or Raccoon. We don't have that many of those in the deck, but we do have a couple of them in the sideboard, so they can be helpful for there. So with that, we have our Scorching Shots, Screaming Nemesis, 2 Razorkins. That's actually pretty good for us. Let's keep this. Alright, opponent. We'll start off with our Mountain, and we'll see. Okay, opponents, what do you got? Bring it on.
It's time to
Yeah, all right. All right. A Verge Land, all right. So, I'm guessing that means we're going to be dealing with very soon. Might be Control? We'll find out. So let's start picking our opponent here. Down to 19. Take the first hit on against them. While our opponent's also trying to figure out their plays right now, everyone out there watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay, how's everyone doing today? Again, hopefully you're having a great day wherever you're at. We're also in the middle of a very fast spoiler season for Spider-Man. Although, I don't know. I honestly don't know how I feel. I feel conflicted. I mean, yay, new cards, but again, we're also not getting Spider-Man in Arena. We're getting through the Omen Pass. I'll probably kind of ramble about that a little bit near the end of the stream. But through the Omen Pass kind of just looks like, again, I mean, we're getting, like, not Spider-Man. We're getting Magic's interpretation of it. And I kind of have to ask myself, I mean, if that's the case, then what's the point of kind of doing this? Why not just do maybe, like, a generic heroes and villains, I don't know, like a superhero-themed set? I don't know. Am I crazy? Let me know in the comments for that. Okay, we got Get Lost there. That's joyful. Okay, so, in the meantime, I guess Screaming Nemesis comes in. Let's keep hitting our opponent. We are a mono-red aggro deck, so we just want to keep getting aggro. Opponents, get lost again. Wow, okay, they got 2 in a row. Well, surely they can't have 3 in a row, so let's give that a shot. Oh, wait, we have the Burnout Brash. Oh, are we playing the non-budget one? Oops. Okay. Well, you know what? We're not gonna quit out. We're just gonna play it out. Spoiler, I accidentally pulled out the actual top tier version. I'll fix that in a bit, everybody. Don't worry, we'll fix that. Nova Hellkite, okay. So, let's warp you. Does this come in? Or does our opponent have a counterspell? Because if I know our opponent, they probably have a counterspell. There it is. Alright. Down to 10. So unfortunately, yes, everybody, I do apologize. I played the wrong deck in the early part, but that's okay. We'll still try to play it out, and we'll just see how well we can do with this deck. Oh, our opponent is trying to do some milling, too. That's interesting. So for now, we'll just finish up this one, and then we will play the actual real deck itself. Oh, Sneaky Toilet. Hello, my fire friend. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. I'm doing great. I'm glad you're asking. So we're just trying to play some mono-red aggro in Standard today. We're going to see if, again, the top-tier deck that won the latest tournament actually can be good in Arena, too. Of course, our opponent here is trying their hardest to stop us, but we will keep going. Nova Hellkite coming in. All right, down to 2. We warp out our Hellkites. Okay, we do have a little bit of removal here, but I want to see if I can bait our opponent to... Let's see if we can bait our opponent to tap out. If they can tap out, then that means we can win here. Okay, opponent. Digging out 2 cards. Anything else? Verge? Authority of the Consoles. Okay. So, Soulstone Sanctuary. Alright. Alright, well. We came here to burn him. Did we get him? Did we get the win? Alright, we did. Victory goes to us. Woo! Alright. Still ranking up. Still ranking up. Okay. But for reals now, we'll actually play the budget version first off, and then we'll actually play the real deal a little bit later on. That was a little bit of a mistake on my end there, so apologize for that, everybody, but no problem. At least you can see that the deck does work. So we'll play the upgraded one again in a little bit. Let's play the actual one that we wanted to start with on a budget. So if you do like mono red, start here for your journey. Stinky Toilet, I'm seriously thinking of crafting that VV Cauldron deck. My pocket is burning. Okay. Well, glad you brought that up, actually, because right now it seems like the community out there across various socials has been screaming at Wizards to try to ban the cards. So my only thing I will caution you on, Sneaky Toilet, is hold off for a second, or at least if you're going to craft anything, plan ahead for maybe a different format with VV. VV will still be valuable and still be viable in other formats, but VV might also get banned within a month or two. So originally, I know I told you right now it seems like it should be okay, but at the same time, I don't know. Things are getting a little unstable out there. The latest tournament, again, showed that VV was oversaturated in the finals. The only thing that beat VV was literally the deck we're playing right now, a mono-red aggro deck that managed to beat her, to beat the deck. But we'll see. We'll see. That's exactly why I've been waiting, because I know the outcry is large. Okay. So you have been following along as well. Yeah, it's a tricky situation. So for anybody out there that's trying to wonder, like, should you craft the cards? That's a very good question right now. It is the $1,000,000 question. Is it safe to craft it? As we're swinging up North's way here. Okay, opponent's down to 14. Down to 13. They're playing Abzan colors? Okay. What do they got? Third heirloom. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to keep going with the aggro plan here because we should be good. All right. So, Sunspire Lynx. Big bird here. Down to 10. 8. 5. Ping him here for 4. All right. Kona. They're going to tap to put something down. Okay. Okay, what do they get? What scary thing we get? Okay, Overlord. Well, that's actually not too bad. I think we can win through this. Scorching Shot. Okay, beautiful. That's what we wanted. There we go. Screaming Nemesis. Scorching Shot to the face. Okay, say goodbye. Mono red aggro. Yeah. Victory there. Easy peasy. Woo! Alright. My favorite deck archetype, everybody. Mono red aggro. Still got it, even in 2025. Past bans, by the way. We don't need mice to get our wins. We totally can just get them with big, big creatures. Alright. 2 for 2. Sneaky Toilet, will Wizards give feedback or will they just randomly be banned one day? That's a good question also. So for those that are unaware out there, the way how bans work, I know this has also been a controversial decision by Wizards. So over the past couple of years now, once that we started going to a much more longer standard, they have chosen to not ban as often, or at least they schedule bans in the summer, and they may look at another possible ban in the fall. So the next scheduled banning time is November, and the one later on would be over in July. So those are the 2 times a year we can look at bans. Having said that, they do acknowledge that if things get too out of control for a format or things are just getting warped beyond anybody's enjoyment, they have considered, of course, doing emergency bans. But for emergency bans, usually they'll make an announcement like about a week or so before the official banning itself. So you do have a little bit of time to make an adjustment. And think of it this way, Sneaky Toilet. If you end up in a situation where, say, like you craft all the cards. So say like you craft all 4 Cauldrons, all 4 VVs. If they do get banned from Standard, you do get a refund here on Arena of your wild card. So don't get discouraged. Even say like you get bummed out, they will at least refund you the mythics that you spent to get those cards. And then you can use those for something else. So in other words, you kind of get the cards kind of for free. You can use them in a different format if you want to, and you get extra wild cards that you can use to craft something else if you like. So, to me, personally, I think it's actually not too shabby of a deal. I would feel more bad. I'd feel worse, though, if it was like a paper player. Because paper players have spent $800 on VVs. So that, with Cauldron, just ridiculous pricing, by the way. So losing out $800 with that would probably feel very painful. But I think on Arena, it doesn't hurt as bad. So something to consider. Your mileage may vary on that one, though. So we'll swing here. All right. We will activate. Make our robot. 17. We'll save our other Razorkin in case our opponent tries to do anything sneaky for the time being. Okay, 13. Opponents. Robert, yo, hello, my fire friend, joining us over on YouTube there. Thanks again for joining us today. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Pinging our opponent away here. Okay. Down to 12? Maybe? Opponents? Ping, ping, ping. Sneaky Toilet. Ooh, that's right. That's so true. I forgot about that. Sneaky Toilet also saying, I encountered my very first VV Culture deck today, and it smashed me, so I've seriously considered after that. Okay. So you have been, you've been allured in by the fact that you might want to try the best deck currently in Standard. I mean, I don't blame you. I do like what VV does, but at the same time, I wanted to get a copy for myself for my Commander deck, my actual real paper Commander deck, but there is no way I can justify right now spending, what is it now? $70 for a single card? That's just ridiculous. At most, I would consider maybe trading away one of my more rarer cards. I have a full art foil Force of Negation. If someone were willing to trade me my Force of Negation for a VV, I'll totally do it. That I might consider. Let's see. How do we want to do this here? I guess the Goblin Tomb Raider can come in. It becomes a hasty 2/2, so I guess we'll do that. Okay, pay the 2. There we go. Down to 10. 8, 6, 4. We lose our robot there, but that's totally fine. We have 2 Burst Lightning, so if our opponent has anything right now, like that Kona, even if they tap it down, that might punish them completely here. Okay, what are you going to do, opponents? Are you doing Kona? Coming down? Maybe? While we're waiting for that, Robert. It's $40 for the cheapest version, US dollars. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if I want to spend $40 on a single Magic card. I think the most I've ever spent myself was $25 on a single card. That was for Dockside Extortionist back in the day because I didn't buy the Precon. I should have done that, by the way. But yeah, I have a Dockside Extortionist, which I know is kind of next to nothing anymore. But I do have it. Okay, opponent, did they bring it in? Is it something that's going to screw us over? I mean, either way, I think we still won no matter what. Even if they bring in a Lifelinker, we still win. Ooh, Elspeth. Scary, but not bad. Because we still have here the victory no matter what. Alright. Burst Lightning. And there we go. Second one would have gotten us the win, but it doesn't matter because our opponent has already conceded knowing they were not going to win that one. Woo! Mono red aggro, everybody. Favorite deck of all time, and it's still doing work for us. We can rank up today. We're totally going to rank up. I'm feeling it. But will we hit Diamond in this stream? I don't know. I mean, I'd like to be hopeful, but I expect at some point we're going to probably run into some bad draws. Not too bad, actually, for the budget version. But, of course, we are running the most essential of Rares and Mythics for the Mono Red aggro deck. So we definitely need, of course, the Hellkites. We need the Lynxes. We need, of course, those most essential pieces to get us through. So we need our Razor Kids. You get the idea here. We stripped it down to the basics, and all the other small stuff here is just helping us with whatever's randomly running around. Okay. Let's see. GG's. Yes, it is. Okay, so we have a little bit of burn. Our opponent is also playing red. Okay. Aggro versus aggro. All right. Bring it on, opponents. It's time to all right. Let's do this. Okay, so if we know that... I'm expecting them to also have Burst Lightning in hand. I guess we're going to have to play the game here to see. All right, Screaming Nemesis comes first, so they will get the first hit in. Okay, down to 17. Play our Razor Kid Needlehead. We swing. Actually, I forgot. They'll draw first, and then we ping. Not swing. I meant ping. Words are hard, by the way. Okay, down to 19. Ooh, they got Screaming Nemesis number 2. Ugh. Okay, looks like our opponent here probably has the edge against us now. Not good, but they drew better than us. Down to 11. Okay. We've got our own Screaming Nemesis now, which is nice, but is that too little too late? Alright, well. Down to 17. Down to 14. Okay. If we have to. I mean, Scorching Shot and Burst Lightning help us, but at the same time they don't. Because our opponent has to... Okay, they have Bolt Wave. So they're a little bit more burdened than we are. Okay. Did that our opponent beat us here? So we go to 2. If they have a Burst Lightning, we're dead. Oh, okay. Never mind. They had Witch Stalker's Frenzy, and now they throw the 5 back in our face. Alright, I mean, that works too. Well, we took the L there, everybody. A shame, but hey. Not a big deal. It's okay. Our first loss of the day is not a huge thing for us. We totally can bounce back easily. I'm feeling this one still. Okay. Let's go ahead, let's shake it off, and we're going to jump right into the next one. So real quick, I mentioned earlier that I'm still in the middle of a heat wave in my area. How's everybody's weather over in your areas right now, everybody? Is it cool? Still getting that summer heat? Is it cold? Or maybe you have some summer showers. Let me know, everybody. What is the weather like in your area? Okay, in the meantime here, let's see what we got. Okay, so we got the Cavron Harrier, so we can go wide with do a little damage. We got an Abrade, Lightning Strike for some burn, and a Screaming Nemesis to round out our aggro plan here. I think we could do it with this hand. If our opponent doesn't play anything from the early going, we could definitely get down the Harrier and start doing some good damage quick. Okay, awesome. Robert, raining all the time, man. Lol. Wait, raining? So where are we at? We're not like Washington area. Or actually, are you in the States, or you might be another area? But yeah, I mean, that's the only area I know of that tends to rain all the time, which is like what? Like the Washington area in the US? Sticky Toilet. Weather's super pleasant. Not sure how you familiar are with South African's weather, but it's normally a nice and warm place. Oh, okay. Well, that sounds pleasant. I mean, for me right now, I mentioned it before on stream, but I'll say it again. This little fireball's in the SoCal area. So Southern California right now, dealing with a heat wave, and it is very, very warm. So take that how you will. Let's do the Abrade. We got to get rid of that. Voice of Victory might hurt us at points where we definitely want to actually push damage through. Well, Voice of Victory is a solid card, just not quite for today's deck. Okay, opponent, what else you got? Opponent's thinking. While they're thinking, okay, take a little swig of water over here. Okay. Okay. Always make sure to hydrate, everybody. Ooh, Goblin Tomb Raider. Okay. So here's how we'll do this. Goblin Tomb Raider, which again, seems a little janky for the deck, but hear me out. Having cards like our Robot Soldier here ensures that they will always be AC 2/2s. So we can definitely do some good damage here. Opponents? Oh, do you have an answer? Flood Pitch Drowner. Oh, okay. What do they tap down? Okay. That's fine. We're still going to get aggro here no matter what. Does he block? He does not. Okay. So, does the Drowner bounce away the Harrier? We'll see here. 18. All right. Seam Rip. Ooh. Okay, so they're a bit of a control deck here. Annoying, but that's fine. Sneaky Toilet. I love arena. I love MTGA's arenas. Super pretty. Oh, you mean the battlefield itself? Okay. Yeah, they do look cool. I just wish that. I know it's a small nitpick, but I don't get why Wizards doesn't let us pick our battlefields. There's a lot of battlefields I would love to just kind of keep, like permanently all the time, but they just never seem to let us have that. Okay, Clockwork Percussionist. Opponent, do you let our monkey resolve? Let's see here. We won't throw down the Screaming Nemesis just yet. I'm curious to see what their next 3 cards are. If they don't have anything, then Screaming Nemesis can get in some early damage here. Ooh, so they do have another Flip Hit Drowner. Okay. Well. Okay, so they keep locking down our Harrier, which is, again, very annoying. That's okay. Still have time. But we don't want the match to drag out too far. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. Goblin Surprise. I know some people mentioned earlier, like, this seems like a janky card to throw in, but hear me out. This actually is the turn to do something like this. So we can get a nice little sneaky block here. Got him. Secret Deck Tech. And even if they bounce themselves away, that's fine. That just means they get them off the field, so we can now, of course, just keep our Goblin tokens out there. Okay, we get one trade. That's not too bad. Let's get the Screaming Nemesis now. Opponent, do you have any counter spells? Okay. Or they might still have a Flood Pit Drowner. Actually, no. Their window actually just missed. Nice, we're at 10. Okay. Ooh, Cathar Commando. Okay, interesting. Our opponent is still behind, so we might be able to pull ahead here. Okay, we'll hold off on the next Screaming Nemesis, and we'll see if we can just keep pushing through damage. Opponents. Anything else? That was a good turnaround. Oh, into the floor. Okay. Do we let that go? Okay, we'll let it go. We can replay it later on. Down to 8. Opponent has 1 card left in hand. Even if it's a Wrath, at least the Clockwork can give us a card back if we need it to. Ooh, okay. Let's do it this way. We're going to block here. So we do lose it, but we can hit our opponent for 3. Ooh. Wow, they actually shut off our trigger there, but okay. Annoying, but it's not the end for us. Opponents. We're still not giving up. We have to be aggro here. Can we do it? Okay. Ooh, anything else? Okay, get lost. Okay, so... Actually, how do I want to do this here? Damage. Yeah, I should probably go damage the face. Down to 5. We lose our creature there. Down to 4. Okay, 1 card each. Can we do this here? Can we close this game out? Ooh, opponent is swinging. Okay, a mountain. We're going to try here. If they have anything, now's their turn to actually lock us down. They technically could have another Drowner. Okay. Okay, we'll just do it now then. I mean, if they have it, they have it. So if the Percussionist dies, we could still burn him out here on the spot. Dang. Okay. Well, that goes to face. Down to 1, opponents. Okay. Monkey. 1 card, opponents, and there you go. Victory once again goes to us because they had nothing left. Yeah. All right, feeling good about this one, everybody. Yeah, mono red, everybody. It's still doing work. I'm really surprised too because I kept trying to play around with mono red and I wasn't quite getting it just down yet. I was a little sad though because I was like, okay, so without mice, do mono red still have what it takes to actually get wins? And I can say right now, they still can totally do it. Granted, of course, maybe our matchups have been pretty favorable for us, but so far so good. So I will definitely take our wins here and there. We'll see how long the good times can keep rolling. If you're a fan of mono red aggro, everybody, let me know. What is your favorite deck archetype, everybody? I would love to hear from all of you about, you know, your favorite styles. Okay, so in the meantime here, let's play this. Okay, Tomb Raider is a little awkward here because we actually don't have an artifact in hand, but that's okay. Not a huge deal. Okay, Iron Claw for our opponent there. That's cute. Hold on. We'll wait. If they have... Okay. Oh. Lizards? Viashino Pyromancer, now rebranded as a Lizard Wizard. Okay, first Lightning, the Higher Claw, so it doesn't do any damage. Okay, well, if they're a Lizards deck, that's actually kind of cute. We will play the Tomb Raider. It can trade at least with the Pyromancer for now. Well, let's see if that works. Okay, more mountains. Pyromancer number 2. Okay. Opponent is straight up Lizard Burn? Aggro? We actually did last year for those of you who are unaware, we actually did do a Pioneer version of Rakdos Lizards. It was actually a pretty good deck. A lot of fun. So if you want to try that out, I would highly recommend it. That video is up on the channel already, so check it out if you're interested. But until then, Screaming Nemesis getting its damage in, because we got to start making a comeback here, and fast. Down to 17. The good news, of course, is if they do have any removal, it is going to be damage related, so Screaming Nemesis can get its revenge. We'll try to close the gap here quick. Oh, shock. Huh. Okay. I guess our opponent is just straight up a regular burn deck? Oh, Lightning Strike. Okay, that's a cool opponent. Okay, throw it out their face. Down to 14. Ooh, there we go. So this is exactly why we have Nova Hellkite, everybody. So with this, warp it in. Ping away the Pyromancer. Nice. Got a 2-for-1 there. It's kind of like an expensive burn spell if you want to think of it that way. And there you go. We close the gap. Now it's still anybody's game. But is this going to be enough? Oh, there we go. Yes. We got our 5th land. So Hellkite comes back in. Down to 6. Down to 6. Okay, we're almost there, everybody. Did our opponents overestimate themselves here? Because I know for a fact, as a person that likes to play mono red a lot, if you don't have a big burn spell like we do here, you will lose to the big creatures. And just like that, victory, easy peasy. Yeah, still ranking up. Almost to Platinum 2. We almost got there. I thought about playing best of 3, but we're doing pretty well right now with what we have. So I kind of don't want to mess up the mojo that we're kind of feeling right now. We got a good vibe going. I definitely want to keep that. So let's go ahead. Let's just keep riding this win streak we got going on here. We've been doing pretty well. We've only gotten 1 loss today. That's actually really nice. But also, while we're loading up our next match, everybody, what are your thoughts right now that we've seen a good chunk of the Spider-Man set? Do you like it? Hate it? Are you waiting for more of the in-universe cards we're going to get for Arena? And what are your thoughts on that overall, everybody? How are you feeling? Do you like Spider-Man at all? Or maybe you're just like, got to keep it out of Magic. Let me know, everybody. Don't be shy. I'd like to hear from all of y'all. And I don't mind, of course, even if you disagree with me. I don't have anything against that, but I always like to keep a fair perspective on both sides of any kind of argument. What's the main deck of Braid for? Oh, so in the original build that actually won the tournament over the past weekend, it was meant for the VV Cauldron decks. So that's why we have it. We're trying to main deck at least 1 copy just in case we do run into VV, and we do have an answer for the Cauldron at least on the spot. So that's the reason why it's in the deck. Good question, though, on that. Even though we're technically, our version right now is the budget one, it's not the full tournament one, it still doesn't hurt to at least have 1 in there. And then most of the threats currently in the format tend to be 3 toughness or lighter. Anything bigger than that, we have Scorching Shot anyway, and we main deck a full set of those. Ooh, opponent. Ugh. Not looking good here. Down to 16. They got cats, and they are not afraid to use them. So. Screaming Nemesis. No attacks. We're just going to have to just slowly hit them here. Sneaky Toilet. Not really seen any cards. Well, just buy packs when they come. Okay. You're all like, no thoughts. Just buy. That's fair. I mean, as long as you're having fun, Sneaky Toilet, that's what really matters. And I always try to remind everybody about that. Don't feel like you have to influence how you play the game based upon how others do it. If you're happy with, you know, just playing with things as they are, more power to you. Nothing wrong with that. So let's see. Here's how we do this. We're going to try to do this here. Hold on. Okay, so while the triggers are on the stack, we might as well do this now. A Braid. 1 cat down. 2nd cat down. Skynighter Squire down. Okay. Keep the creatures off the field. Okay. Helpful Hunter. The Squire's still getting strong here, so... Jeez. Alright. But at least we spare ourselves a turn from getting attacked. Ooh, Scorching Shot's actually good here. So, Screaming Nemesis. Scorching Shot. Okay. Big cats are down. Now let's start swinging here. Now we can finally do some damage. So I'd love to hear if there's standout cards to you, good or bad. It's kind of... Okay, I'm going to be honest. Again, this is actually going to be a little tricky this time for me to cover deck text once Spider-Man comes out. And the reason for that is... I'll tell you guys in a second here. The in-universe cards are going to make it very confusing for me to kind of explain, like, okay, this card is what it is in Arena. However, in paper, it's Spider-Man number whatever. So it's going to be a little complicated. I don't know how we're going to be able to do this with those of you that like to convert decks here in Arena to paper. I will try to keep it up to date, but it is also going to be very hard. But we'll try, everybody. We'll do our best. Down to 10. Okay. Some way, somehow, we managed to close the gap against our opponent here. With careful timing, we've been able to kind of keep their cat plan out down to, like, a more controllable level. Although that Felidar retreat might cause us problems. We'll see. But it's kind of cute, though. I'd like their little cat deck here. It's been kind of working for them. Some way, somehow. Okay. Unfortunately, this is also one of the big weaknesses that Red has. We have no way to answer enchantments. There's nothing we can do against enchantments. So we're kind of a little screwed here. But we're going to try. Pay the 2. We need to start closing this down quick. Okay, so our opponent does block here with their token. Down to 7. Down to 5. They get pinged down to 4. Can we do it? If they're out of land drops, then we're good. If they still have land drops, then it still can be a struggle here. Well, we'll try. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you're welcome on that one for explaining, Robert. So, a Braid is awesome, artifact removal, but do you have any enchantment hate in your deck? I mean, I know I kind of just mentioned it right now, but yeah, Mono Red has no answers to enchantments, and that's the biggest weakness to playing Mono Red. I acknowledge it a lot. It is definitely still my favorite deck archetype, but as you can kind of see here, we have no way to... We have no answer to the Felidar retreat. So even if I swing right here, I'm dead. If I block and don't do any attacks, I can ping them, but that Regal Caracal here will screw us over. Because now they gave all their tokens lifelink, and all their other cats have lifelink. And now that means our victory is slipped away. Dang. All right, opponent. Your cats somehow managed to outperform us. Okay, well, swing for lethal. We can't do anything about it, unfortunately. We have to block, or else we die. Actually, let's do it this way. Down to 2. But they go back up to 11, and there's no way we can catch up now. Even if we had... Okay, we have our monkey, but yeah, that's game. All right, I'll concede here. Well done, opponents. You found a way to get around us. Toots. Not a big deal, everybody. It's okay. Not a big deal. Oh, so I legit thought you questioned my question earlier, and I assume that's why you said it. Oh, well, I guess I read your mind there on that one. But I know how I am. I'm sorry. I ramble a bit, so I guess maybe I glanced it, and I kind of just subconsciously just answered your question there. Maybe that's how it worked. I don't know. Some kind of perception while I'm also in the zone here of trying to get my game plan going here. But hey, I guess I did answer it. Okay, so I'm trying to think right now. I had another question for all of you. Has there, like, now that we're kind of, I don't want to say we're the sun's setting yet on Edge of Eternities, but how has the set been overall to all of you out there that have been playing with Edge of Eternities? As we're getting closer, of course, to Spider-Man, everyone, of course, is going to start forgetting Edge of Eternities. I love the set. I love the theming. I really wish that... Oh, I wish we had more time to play out in, I guess you could say, space, if you will. But what are your thoughts overall on what we've encountered with Edge of Eternities? Did you like it overall? Did you like the theming? Would you like to play more of this? Or is the sci fantasy that Wizards brought to us, is it not your jam? Let me know, everybody. I'm curious. At some point near the end of the year, as always, I'll do my little evaluation of the sets from this past year. I'll kind of talk about that in a future video. Okay, Llanowar Elves, a classic. So, okay, Mr. Village. Okay, Simic. I guess we'll find out here. Our opponent is definitely not going to block this, so that means we should be able to get in a free hit here. We can do 4 damage. Maybe. Oh, they do block. They don't mind losing their mana dork? Wow, okay. I guess it was more important for them to keep our stuff off the field. Huh. Not too often you will sacrifice your mana dork like that. Okay. Well, Screaming Nemesis gets a free hit down to 15. I guess I'll take it. Seeky Toilet. 4 huge additions to my synth deck. Love that set. Okay, well, good to know. Good to know. Oh, see? So, for example, this would have been a great time to get the Abrade going. Man, where's my Abrade at right now? I definitely could use that. Well, I suppose Scorching Shot's going to have to do it then. Oh, they named Dragon. That's interesting. But that's okay. We still got rid of it with Scorching Shot, so that's cool. Down to 12. So what does this mean? Our opponent is playing Teamer Dragons? Simic Dragons? I'm very confused. But okay, we'll see. Okay, so I was right. It is Teamer Dragons. Land War Elves again. Anything else, opponents? Opponent? Do they have removal? A bounce effect? What you got, opponents? Don't keep me waiting. Abrade? Oh, they did have an Abrade. Okay. Well. Okay, well, do we go to face? I guess we'll go to face. It turns off any life gain they may have. So they're down to 9, and now they have an emblem that prevents them from gaining life. I guess that's better than nothing. Okay, so here's how we could do this. Goblin Tomb Raider, going down. Unfortunately, can't swing because we don't have an artifact, but that's totally fine. Now that we actually have enough mana, I think Burst Lightning might actually be better as a massive burn spell, so we'll see. Can we get this off? I have no idea what our opponent's going to try to pull off here. Lumbering World Wagon? Okay. So they're definitely ramping for days, but they don't have enough to crew it, so we should be able to get in a free hit here. As long as they don't have another creature. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Nope. Okay, so let's make some Goblin tokens. We want to go wide here. Sneaky, sneaky tech, everybody. Ooh, Scorching Shot. Okay, I'll take that. Okay, big hit here. Okay, Mana Dork down. Swing here. Down to 6. 3, sorry. Cryogen, Relic, Moonlit, Meditation, and Pinnacle Starcage. Okay. I actually did like the Relic. Of all the cards that I liked from Edge of Eternities, who would have thought I would have had a cute little affinity, if you will, for a simple little artifact that just lets you draw cards when it enters or exile. So that's actually been a really good card for a lot of artifact decks. It just helps build momentum. Okay. World Wagon coming in, swinging. That's fine. We actually don't care. They're at 6. And they just tapped out their only other blocker. So unless the opponent has anything else, I think we can get a win here. Take a big hit to 12. Down to 10. But that's not enough. That's not enough. All right, we get a swing here. Down to 3. Burst Lightning for max value. Wait, did I do it for max value? Hold on. Yeah, kick it. Max value. -1, and that's another win to us. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! All right. Wow. Mono red, everybody. We still got it. We're still riding high today. Ooh, man, I'm definitely feeling good about this one. Okay. So I think after this one, we'll try to do one more on the budget version, and then we'll play the actual version that won the tournament over the past weekend. So that means we're going to be going all out with all of our rares and mythics. The current version of the deck, which is, I think, only 12 rares / mythics, is actually pretty affordable here on Arena. Although in paper, it's still going to be $150. Yeah, it's a little pricey still. But it's not the worst. Just FYI. Sneaky says, oh man, you have to make a Sith deck and a Moonlit Meditation, I beg you. Well, I mean, we're not Spider-Man still isn't going to be out for a couple more weeks, so I mean, we have time to stream a couple more Edge of Eternity's themed decks before we get to the very end. I do have time to do that. I just need to kind of look at a list that entices me to make a budget version and an upgraded version. But don't worry, we can totally do that still. So first off, let's play our Tomb Raider. Can't do anything just yet, but that's okay. Temple of Enlightenment. Azorius control deck. Oh. Okay, so it looks like it's Azorius artifacts. So, yep. If you want to send the list, you totally can if you want to. Throw it into the Discord. Okay, carry around Harrier. Okay, that's cool. We have that. That's actually pretty good here. The Harrier will turn on the Tomb Raider. Now we can do 2 damage. Now down to 20. Okay. So, artifacts. Is there a way around this? We'll try. Repurposing bay. Okay, so that means... Simulacrum synthesizers coming in. And I could really use an Abrade right now to stop this. We're going to try to see if we can get ahead here. Okay, Harrier number 2. We swing here. We'll pay the 2. Go wide, down to 14. Okay. So our game plan right now, we're going to try to keep going wide here. Hopefully we can get to our 4th land drop so Sunspire Lynx can also burn them out once they get extra greedy with their mana base. Hopefully. Do they sack it? Yep. Okay. Ugh. Here it comes. Oh, Pinnacle Starcage? Oh, that's even worse. I thought they were actually going to go for the more obvious one, but okay. Well, Pinnacle Starcage again. It can't be blown up. We do have an Abrade, but I don't know if we're going to get to it in time here. We'll try. Get to get into the planes. Okay, so we did not get quite what we wanted, but that's okay. Screaming Nemesis still swings. Down to 13. Come on, deck. Give me that 4th land drop. I really could use that right now for the Lynx so that we can just kind of hopefully close this out quick. Our opponent still has a lot of cards in hand. Is there a way around this? They sacrifice their other clay-fired bricks. So is this the turn we get? Okay, we get Perilous Snare. Dang. Okay. 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 Fomori Vaults. Tinker's Totes. Make Gnomes. Okay, that's kind of cute, but we can still get around that, so that's not horrible for us. Just still trying to keep up with our opponent here. They have a lot of artifacts to work with here. A lot. Oh, having trouble with that I key? Oh, don't you just hate it when your keyboard kind of has sticky parts to it? Words to the wise for myself: never eat pizza above your keyboard. I've learned an important lesson from that when I was younger. Oh, United Battlefront. Bad hit, please. Bad hits. Don't hurt us. Come on, whiff, 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 whiff. Whiff, whiff, whiff. Come on. Anything but the synthesizer. Good lord, if it's the synthesizer, we'll be completely destroyed here. What did they get? Okay, opponent, don't keep me waiting too long. The tension. No, they got the synthesizer. Oh, man. I mean, that's the best hit you can get off of that, so dang. Well, they got it. So now the battle is going to be almost impossible for us to win here. Cryogen Relic. Okay, they draw a card. They pump up their construct. They do get pinged, though. This might be a desperation time now, so maybe we might have to start Burst Lightning to the face down at 9. Okay, Clockwork Percussionist is not horrible. We do have a second Razorkin and a Clockwork. No attacks. Okay, opponent. The only good thing is if they get another Pinnacle Starcage, that does blow away their creatures too, so probably can't get too greedy here, at least not for now. But they have repurposing bays, so I just imagine things are just going to get out of control here once it goes off. Okay. Opponent is
trying to push through damage. That probably means they have a Wrath in hand. Joy. But the Clockwork Percussionist here does mean that we can get at least one card out. Okay, so it was a land, so that's good. We really didn't want the land. Opponents? Anything else? Okay, Cryogen Relic goes bye-bye. They draw a card. We get to ping them again for 2 more. So I'll take that. Down to 5. Did they get the next Pinnacle Starcage? There it was. But that does mean they lose their creature here as well. So it's not like it was something that was really good for us. Play Fire Bricks. Okay. They gain 2 life again. Dang. Okay. Another Plains. Dang, I was kind of hoping they would have more dual lands where we can punish them on, but something like this synthesizer. Ugh. Not good. Okay. Is there a way out of this? At all? Or are we dead? I don't even know now. Because, I mean, we can ping them for 1, 2, 3, but they just gain life right now, and that kind of completely shut the door on us. Okay. I think I only have one desperation move here. Chump block with against one construct. We go down to 9. We can make 1 token. That can do a little bit of damage. Not much, but enough where maybe if they put down another dual land, maybe the Lynx can do something? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, desperation time. Make some Gobbo tokens out of just desperation. Can we do it? Block 1. Ouch. Down to 9. Okay, any other 3 or greater artifacts, opponents? Okay, Repurposing Bay doing its thing. And there's the other synthesizer. We tried, everybody. We really did. Razorkin Needlehead. Dang, if I only had just had 1 more land there, that actually wouldn't have been too bad, but yeah. Alright, well, we have to take the L on this one. But we tried, everybody. They gain life still. So that means that the dream is dead here, but that's okay. It is what it is. I want to at least just ping them for a little bit more damage, just to hit them. Go down to 8, they go down to 10. But that is game. Well, it's okay, everybody. Win some, you lose some. But that's okay. It's alright. We're still within our range. I think now, however, we've seen enough of our budget deck where you can still play mono red aggro, even on a budget and standard right now, and you can still get some wins in here and there. So, let's go ahead, let's try this out for a bit. And we'll play the upgraded version. But before we do, let's actually kind of give you an idea of what won the tournament in Florida over the past weekend. So those of you that are curious or tournament grinders out there, this is, again, the deck that actually did win against all the VV Cauldron decks out there. So this version here will have a lot more power behind it. So you have cards like Burnout Brassionaut here. This, of course, will have us start our engines. And then it can do extra damage because it has Menace, and you can pump it up for 2 mana. If you get to max speed, Brassionaut here also can get Double Strike, so this is going to be a great way to close out games very quickly out of nowhere if our opponent is not paying attention. We'll now upgrade with Hired Claw as well, so whenever this attacks, you can deal 1 point of extra damage. Great as well to then just make sure that you can start pumping it up as well with +1/+1 counter, so good. Keep the Burst Lightning, keep the Abrade. Emberheart Challenger now will be added in your Mouse Warrior, Haste, and Prowess. We don't have too many non-creature spells in the deck, but sometimes just enough in here can help us, of course, get a lot of extra power pushed out with Emberheart Challenger, so it's going to be in the deck. We'll keep, of course, Scorching Shots, the Needleheads, the Lightning Strikes, all that stays in there. Keeping the Screaming Nemesis, keep the Sunspire Links. We'll add in a 3rd copy here of Nova Hellkite to do a little extra for us. And then as far as your mana base is concerned, the upgrades are going to be, we're going to place 4 Rockface Villages, we'll place 18 Mountains, and 2 Soulstone Sanctuaries to round out the package here. Although, in testing, let's see, what are our stats look like again? So 8 instants and 3 sorceries. Okay, so I think I'll probably drop down 1 rock face village down to 3. We'll go up 1 extra mountain. The reason for that is when I played it a little bit last night, there was some moments where I kind of stumbled on my mana base. Not too often you want to do that in mono red, but it does sometimes happen. Now, as far as the upgrades to the actual sideboard, if we get to best of 3 today, so we're going to then keep our Magebane Lizards, but we're going to drop down to 2. We're going to add in Chandra Spark Hunter for giving us a little bit something against control decks and combo decks out there. Extra copies of Sunspire Links will now be added in, so we want to go with that instead. An extra copy of Nova Hellkite, so if you want to go for a full playset, it's going to be in there in the sideboard. Keep the Fire Magics, of course. Keep the extra Abrade. We're going to throw an extra copy of Obliterating Bolt for 3 copies total, and still keep the Vengeful Possessions on certain matchups we want to just steal certain creatures. But otherwise, that is now the upgraded version. And again, this one did win the last major tournament that was over the weekend, so that's why we're going to give this one a shot here. We're going to see if the upgraded version here, the full-powered, grindy version of it for competitive play, can actually get us more wins here in Arena. Let's give it a shot. Feeling pretty good about this one. All right, let's do it. Let's go.
It's time to
yeah, all right. Hopefully in the future also, I do plan on trying to upgrade a little bit more of the stream so we can add in a little bit more expressiveness, of course, with myself here. We'll see if we can try to get a couple more sound bites too. I actually been wanting to do some more sound bites, but I want to try to see if we can do them with maybe like a separate device I have. We can try to do that in the future. All right, so for now, I guess we're just going to be super hasty with our game plan here. Okay, opponent. Forest, okay, that's cute. Let's get in our first Ember Heart Challenger. Hasty little mouse. Did anybody actually play mice before the bannings? Did you guys actually, anyone out there like mice? Or did you hate mice? Ooh, opponent's got to throw the consoles there. All right, all right. Well, this kind of throws off the game plan a little bit. So we might have to come up with another plan and strategy here, but I have an idea. I have an idea that actually might work. Summon Fear, okay. That's cute. Okay, so I think our game plan here might be Screaming Nemesis comes in, do the damage with it immediately. Let's see how we do this. So, Galaxy Brain Maneuver here, everybody. We hit our own with the Burst Lightning. The 2 damage gets rerouted to face. Now they can't gain any more life. But we can now attack with Summon Veneer. They're going to block it, of course. Down to 12. So now at least the life gain is shut off. So that does buy us the time we need to kind of close out this game. Hopefully that'll be enough. Yuna here. All right. That's cute. Okay. We'll see if we can try to get around Yuna here. Okay, so Rockface Village. We can't do anything with the Hellkite, at least not yet. So we'll just play full price on it. Ping our opponent there. We can't gain life, so that's okay. No attacks. Okay. So I wish Nova Hellkite could actually do that 1 point of damage when we attack, too. If it does, then that'd be amazing. You think it would, even if it's just a rare. Okay. But it's okay. We'll see if we can try to get around Yuna's game plan here. They'll swing. Let's see here. No blocks. Down to 14. No life gain, so it does mean that we still are in this fight. Overlord of the Mistborns for full power. Okay. Well, that is a little scary. So we can pump this up a little bit there. All right. Our challenger number 2. No life gain, but it does force us to tap. Okay, so swing here with the Hellkite. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to fight through this, though, unfortunately, because our opponent here does have a very, very powerful piece here with the Overlord. With that out, we can't really do much. But we'll try. It's not impossible, though. Dredger's in sight. Okay. They do some milling. Mill, mill, mill. Okay, they do have split ups. Okay. Opponent, do you swing? Do you swing? Treasures inside number 2. Okay. Anything else, opponent? Okay. They are swinging. They make more tokens. Block here. Block here. That goes down. Down to 5. We ping 1. Down to 1. And... Well, I'll try here, but I don't know if we can get through it. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's just a losing fight for me, because no matter what I try to do here, I just can't get through those tokens. And also trying to get through an Overlord here is near impossible, even with what we have. Let's see if I block. They swing. They make tokens. Down to 9. Okay. Okay. We have to chump block at least one thing here. They could swing for lethal. Oh, never mind. Alright, they got the Bahamut. Alright, we're dead. Yep. That's our game plan there. Ow. Well, I mean, that is the power of enchantments right now, everybody. I actually do have an enchantment deck that, thanks to a certain viewer right now, thank you, Sneaky Toilet, by the way, we actually do have an enchantment deck I might want to look into. Maybe for a stream next week. I already have a stream idea coming up this weekend, but again, we're still flexible. We might still look at maybe something coming up in a bit. But we'll talk about that again near the end. We're already past the halfway point of the stream, and if you are still enjoying the budget content, anybody out there that is still not part of our group of fiery friends, show me some love. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content. This way you don't miss out on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, deck techs, live streams like today, and so much more. If you want to show a little bit of extra support, when the details of this video are finalized in the end of the stream, well, of course, you can also click on any of the links that will help us provide another extra support. If you want to be a true fiery friend, we have a Patreon where we can, of course, add up all of our bonus footage. I will be adding up soon some more exclusive stuff for those of you out there that are going to be true members out there. Appreciate that. But even if you don't want to support in that way, maybe you just want to just chat, join us, of course, in the chat here or on our Discord, where we, of course, talk about anything and everything regarding match-related stuff, or even non-match related. I would love to get you guys just chatting about whatever. But until then, your support in any way, shape, or form is all I appreciate. Thanks again for that, everybody. And we, of course, always are happy with seeing new fiery friends all the time. The only thing I'm not happy about right now is seeing another artifact deck trying to do shenanigans. We're going to try. We will try. Let's see. How do we want to do this here? I guess with Nova Hellkite. All right. Let's just get our heavy damage in. 18. 14. 13. Warp out the Nova Hellkites. All right. 12. Okay. Island. Anything else, opponents? Simulacrus is a second. Okay. Well, opponent is not holding back. Ooh. Okay. Can we survive this? We got a burst lightning. So. Burst lightning to the face. Max speed. Pump up, burn out Brashonaut. We swing here. 6. 4. Ping for 3. Is that enough? Our opponent has to stabilize here. Oh, they actually did get it. They got the United Battlefronts. No, they actually got the Synthesizer and the Cryogen Relic. I can't believe that. Wow. What a hit. They did take a hit there, so... Oh, wait, no. No, we got the Screaming Nemesis. It doesn't matter. Ah, we got the victory. Sneaky, sneaky win. I actually realized, like, wait, we would have won no matter what because they can't block the burnout, and that does double strike damage. Oh, okay. We were good. Wow. Sometimes I probably should read my cards more often. But yeah, victory. Victory once again. Okay, so we get some more wins in here. So I think according to this, because I've been kind of using my dailies as the tracker here. So we've won 7 games today. I think we've lost only 3. So 7-3 is pretty good record overall, all things considered. That's a pretty good record. Okay, but once again, since we're getting more wins than losses here, let's keep those good times rolling, everybody. I usually will ask this at the end of the stream, but I can ask now. How are you feeling so far with the deck? Do you like mono red? Do you like aggro? Are you just happy we're just pub stomping now the rankings? We'd love to hear from you guys about how you feeling overall. Otherwise, let's see. Okay, starting town. Okay, our opponent here is going to try to use their angel to move something away. Okay, let's see. What do we want to give them? I think the Hellkite's got to go, unfortunately. That's okay, though. Not a huge deal. Hired Claw. Opponent, what you got? Swamp. Okay, Lightstall Inquisitor. I have been wanting to play with this card. Maybe for like a taxes deck in the future. We got the life gain going on, which is annoying. But it's not the worst. Okay, Brashdodons. Start your engines is now online. Okay. Sigito, I seriously enjoy mono red aggro too. You asked earlier about the mice, and I was an abuser of mice. Oh, that's right. We've had that conversation before. You definitely love mice. Honestly, though, I actually do like mice still in Pioneer, so I do have a version of it for that deck. So I actually do play mice every so often, but right now I've been having a lot of fun leveling up, or I guess you could say moving up the rankings with what we have. It's been moving pretty well so far. Let's see. I guess we'll play Screaming Nemesis now. Actually, we'll swing with both. Let's get cheeky here. Down to 15. Alright. If an opponent gains life there, Cecil will kind of keep it in check. Oh, jeez. Never mind. They got the Shelter by Ghosts. Dang it. Come on! I hate Shelter by Ghosts. What a powerful removal spell this has been in the format. I honestly have still been very surprised as to how well it does. But we can't give up this yet. So here's how we'll do this. We can get rid of one or the other. All we have to do is just time it here and well. Okay, Cosmograd, Zenith. Ooh. Spoiler, this is actually one of our cards we are planning on using for our future deck tech. So that is coming soon. We'll talk a little bit more about that once the stream is ending. Okay, they did not bounce anything. On swinging? Okay. All right. Time to get my revenge. Okay, so first off, we will hit Cecil. Pay the Ward 2. There we go. Screaming Nemesis. We get our creatures back. We blow up their stuff. We go to face. 17. Okay. We're not dead yet. We're back in this fight. Oh, wait. We had to pay 6 for that? Dang it. Okay. Never mind. Burst Lightning. On Cosmograd Zenith. Okay. Swing here. Ping. Now we're at max speed, so that has double strike. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna butcher this right here. Is there a link for the deck list? So, hailing from YouTube over there, we have Tobilg Otgon Bats. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to butcher your name there. But yes, there is going to be a link for the deck list at the end of the stream. I'll usually update that with the details once we're done. Do apologize for that, but don't worry. We will have a deck list for both the budget deck that we did at the first half of the stream. So if you do want to like the deck and maybe you want to just ease your way into it, we can. And the version we're playing right now is the upgraded one that was known for winning a tournament this past weekend. Both links will be in the details once we're done. We're looking at probably ending the stream in like ETA 45 minutes to 1 hour. So if you can hang in there for maybe a little bit longer, my fire friend, don't worry, it will be there. And we do appreciate you waiting it out. Okay, Stall Inquisitor gets rid of our Razorkin. Makes it now 3 mana, but that's okay. We can still get there. Down to 9. So they work away their Starfield. Okay, so we have another... Let's see, okay. How do we do this here? Let's see. I think Razorkin first. Swing here. Activate. Down to 12. Down to 10. So now we should be in range. Cosmograph Zenith again. Ooh, okay. Opponent is not giving up here. I mean, I admire them for not giving up. So let's see. How do we do this here? Do we block? Yeah, we'll block it. Down to 5. Okay. I think... Yeah. Oh, maybe we should have tanked the hit here. Okay. Well. No, yeah. I messed up. I realized now after the block, I was like, wait. No. Okay. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see here. Is there a way out of this here? Do we bring in... No, let's see. No. Wait, no. Higher Claw. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2... Can we do it with the burnouts? Do we try with the burnouts? If our opponent blocks it, they lose their stuff. Okay. Do they take it? Okay, so they have to do both. Take out the Dark Knight. Okay. Alright. Well, they're already going to their second main phase here. That means the Cosmograph is not going to create anything yet. So, lock here. Down to 1. Dang, okay. Well, yeah, I messed up there. That was on me. That was definitely on me, everybody. So no matter what I do here, down to 5. Yeah, I messed up there. So, yeah, jeez. Okay, it's fine. I never said I was the best Magic player, everybody. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes the most obvious play sometimes eludes me. It's okay, though. I mean, we tried to stabilize there, but yeah, that Cosmograd already had high enough toughness where my Burst Lightning was not going to kill it. I was hoping that it wouldn't. They wouldn't do that, but they still found a way to... They kind of planned ahead for that one. It's all good. I honestly don't know if the block versus not block would have made a difference. I mean, maybe, but I think there's just like some rare cases where that might have made a small difference there, but the Cosmograd Zenith has way too much value for what it was providing. So it's okay. We'll take our L. Not a big deal. Not a big deal for us. Play the Higher Claw. Lots of Ember Heart Challengers, though. Sky Knight Squire again. Oh, okay. Opponent is definitely trying to go off with cats. Is Mono White Cats a thing? Or is that just a bit of a meme right now? I mean, I see on here they've got other land types, so we'll see. Quantum River. Okay. Oh, I've heard about people using this card recently. People use this one quite a bit for various things. I hear it's actually pretty good. Okay. So, Nova Hellkite. Heavy damage here. Them for 1. So anything we do can also do some damage to them and take them out. I'll let it go, of course, down to 7. Warp it back out. Ooh, a pump spell here on the next turn would be great if we only had it, but this is the upgraded version completely, so we have to wait it out for a bit. Halia. Jeez. All right, Halia shuts us down a lot here because her life gain will screw us over here a ton. And they now exile her, so they keep her on the field. Okay. They don't draw cards, but that's okay. We don't want them to. Emberhorn Challenger. Razorkin. No attacks. Hanging away. They go down to 7. Seeky Toilets. Is there a specific place in Disc you want me to paste the Synth deck list? I mean, you can just paste it wherever, but usually I know I have up on the Discord small, like, subsections where it's not an absolute requirement, but to make it easier, like if you want to throw it into whatever's the appropriate format. So if it's a standard deck, just dump it into the standard one. At least this way, it just makes it easier for other people out there and players to just kind of figure out again where they want to play certain things. Let's see here. What do I want to ping? I guess we'll take out the Squire there for sure. Okay. And no attacks yet. Slowly getting that value from here. But yeah, you just dump it wherever. I still appreciate it just the same. Okay. Still trying to stabilize versus Halia here. Very hard with the Sky Knight Squire doing its thing. But they're not going to swing just yet. They've worked it away. Alright, Screaming Nemesis. That actually might help us out here a bit. So, Screaming Nemesis. Emberheart Challenger. Maybe this should just be the big swing here. I guess we'll just do the big swing here. Down to 7. Before they get too out of control. They can't block everything. There we go. -1. And there we go. Another victory for us there. Woo! I guess I overthought that one. I was like, wait, I'm dumb. Just swing. You're super wide right now. Just swing, swing, swing. Sometimes my brain kind of just does that to me. Okay. Well, I mean, we're still getting our wins here, but we've been now starting to kind of flatline here. We haven't made too much progress in the rankings, but we're still hanging in there. So it's been doing pretty good. Okay. Let's see. Another question I do want to ask all of you is... I was going to say right now. What... Lost my train of thought there. Oh, I was going to ask, how's your collection going? At least in Arena. Is it where you want to be at? Are you low on wild cards? I'm also curious to always know, like, where everyone is at when it comes to, like, amassing their collection on Arena. Like, I've been doing this game for literally since the start of when they introduced Arena and they did digital. So I've been collecting cards here for literally, what is it now? What year is this? 2025? Oh, geez. It's been now since 2018? Wow, has it been now 7 years since I've been doing this? This is ridiculous. Well, 7 years of collecting cards, I should say. Mako. We actually never did a shark deck. That's another deck that's been on my back burner that I never got around to doing. Like a shark deck. I don't know if it's too late for that, but maybe we might do one in, I don't know, maybe we'll do a brawl one? A braid. Annoying. That's okay. Not a big deal. Ooh, this actually might be good for us here. Razorkin Needlehead. That will shut off their card draw. Ping, ping, ping. 15, 14, 13, 12. Unless they have anything else. So if they discard or cycle... Okay, they have Torch the Tower. Still annoying, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Seeky Toilet. What do you think must be the most difficult deck to play in real life? My bets are on Roots and Sim Synth. Keeping track of all the tokens and given power. Oh, that's a tricky one. I mean, if I have to think about it for a second... guess I would say, yeah, anything regarding counters and tokens. Anything that that forces you to kind of keep track of every single token, especially if you got cards that double tokens or counters, it can be an absolute nightmare to try to keep track of every single one of those things. It is doable, but I can't imagine in a tournament setting it's going to be very pleasant. Okay, Scorching Shot. There we go. All right, Lizards getting in. Ping, ping, ping time. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. All right, still hanging in there. If the Razorkin Needlehead can come in, maybe we have a shot here. Because their card draw will get punished a ton by doing this. Ooh, Screaming Nemesis. Okay, never mind. We'll just go with the Screaming Nemesis plan. Okay, I think we're good here. I think we got it. Oh, opponent didn't want me to swing there, but that's okay, everybody. We still get the win regardless. Easy win. All right. It's cute, though, they were doing a cute little shark discard draw deck there. But that's the reason why Razorkin Needlehead works so well. The card draw there will just punish them. All right, we got some gems, too. And we got a Zora line. Cute. All right. We could definitely use all that. Any and all gems I can get for free is great to have. So I'm happy with my collection, to be honest. For someone who is mostly free to play, I'd say I've dabbled in most deck archetypes and perfected my favorites. Yeah, that's good to know. I'm happy to hear that it's working out for you. I know for new players now, it can be very daunting to try to build a collection. Maybe I might try to do another video in the future to kind of explain, like, the best ways to do that. We did do a video a while ago on that to kind of show probably the easiest and best way to do it for the cheapest cost here in Arena. But we'll see. Maybe we might have to update that one again in the future. Play a mountain and pass. All right, opponents. What do you got? Playing a mountain. Fear of Missing Out again. A lot of people playing Fear of Missing Out. I actually have never really played this card all that much. It was actually not a card I actually took the time to, like, look at. Burn out Brashadot now. Little off curve, but that's okay. Fear of Missing Out is not going to hurt us just yet. Breakout. Okay, they've got the worm. Okay. All right. They're exploring. The creature gets haste. That's interesting. They almost have Delirium turned on, so maybe I might have to do a Lightning Strike on the next turn. Sneak each other. Bro, if you want the most OP deck I've seen for FOMO, I can send you my friend's Arden FOMO deck. Huh. I mean, we can check it out. But yeah, I've never really played FOMO all that much. I don't know. It's not that it's a bad card. It's a good card. It's just there's never really been a deck where I feel like I need this card in the deck. So something I guess to think about. Okay. So with that, we'll swing here. Down to 17. Okay, we're at level 2 for our starter engines. Okay. If they... Okay, Patchwork Bestie. Or is it Beastie? Beastie or Bestie? Oh, no, it's Beastie. I can't say words, by the way. Words are hard. Get the Fear of Missing Out of the way. I can't have that pump up fully. Don't want him also to get extra combats. Okay. No blocks. Anything else, opponent? You got 3 cards in hand. I know you got something. Come on. Show it off. There it is. The Violent Urge. Well, it doesn't really hurt us that much, but Beastie has now been turned on, so we'll see if that is going to be a concern for us. Screaming Nemesis does provide us a little extra protection there. I'll swing here. Do they block? They do not. Okay. Engines are at 3. They mill a card. They milled away a Beastie. That's cute. See, controller, what's sick is Arden brings something back into your combat phase. Aurelia, the War Leader, and FOMO give you 3 attack phases. Oh, wow. That sounds absolutely ridiculous, by the way. But I guess, yeah. See, but this is also something I've been talking about a lot. There's so many decks and ideas out there that I've been wanting to do. It just feels like so overwhelming to try to do all of these things. I'd like to do a lot more, but it just feels like there's just so many cards out there that a lot of them kind of, for me, slip through the cracks. Okay, opponents. Oh, they had a bunch of violent urges. Interesting. Okay, down to 6. And down to 1. Okay. Well, they managed to get me there with their little game plan there, but all right. A janky plan, but I'll give them that. It worked on us, so yeah. I had no idea what I was expecting against that deck anyway, so it's all good. Okay, so what time do we have right now? Okay, so we're looking at right now maybe about 30 more minutes to go, everybody. I know, for those of you that have been watching on the replay or anything like that, I always like to remind everyone, we're not the longest of streamers out there. I do apologize. If you do guys like longer streams, maybe in the future when we have a lot more time, we could try to do a longer stream. But for today, as always, it's usually going to be the, the 2-ish hours stream. Reason for that is, again, this little fireball also does have other things he has to take care of. But I still appreciate you guys showing up just the same. We'll do what we can to kind of still make these as fun and entertaining. Maybe we'll try to add in some more sound effects in the future. The goal right now that I would like to reach is I want to see if we can get more subscribers on YouTube to a point where maybe we can, I don't know, maybe I can do something that's appreciation. I don't know, maybe like a giveaway or something like that. Something I've been trying to do. I know for me it's been challenging just because there's a lot of ideas that, I don't know, I just have a hard time trying to formulate everything in my head. It's also not easy to do this all by yourself. But I've been trying as much as I can to try to help be there for all of you. As long as you guys still support me in any way, shape, or form, I still appreciate you guys. Okay, sneaky toilets. While we're waiting for our opponent here, instead of crafting the VV deck, I was thinking about going with his deck. I was weighing my options between the two. I don't mind the stream duration. I just wish you streamed slightly more frequently. Okay, well, I know that's also been one of those things I've been kind of bouncing back and forth with trying to figure things out. It's hard. I don't mind streaming more, but then that does mean that there are going to be some things that are going to have to get cut here and there, at least here and there. On the one hand, I could try to push myself to 3 or maybe even 4 streams a week, but that means that the YouTube videos completely would get put into the back burner to the point where I probably would only do YouTube videos once in a while, maybe like once a week, or maybe like once every other week, just because I would need more time to kind of build around stuff. Well, I'll have to think about that. It's not easy, though. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to deal with? Do we do it now? Or maybe the Razor... Okay, let's look at the Razorkin just to start getting some incremental hits here. We'll swing here, get a little point in. But yeah, when I did this originally, it was literally just... What is it, like once a week? And I mostly focused on YouTube videos. The only reason for that was it was a lot easier for me scheduling-wise. But back then, I only did like what? 2 videos a week, and then maybe like 2 or 3 YouTube shorts. Right now, I'm pushing myself to do, what is it now? I'm trying to think right now. So 1 YouTube video a week, 2 streams, 3 shorts. Well, actually, maybe like 2 or 3 shorts. But you get the idea. It's just been a little tiring. We'll try, though. Okay, we can't afford to have Tifa stay on the field. Do they have any kind of... there's protection. All right. Okay, so in that case, no swings. Dang. Does the Tifa manage to get its way through? We'll find out here. We don't really have much of an answer right now against Tifa. So this is going to be a little painful here. Even if we chump block. Okay. Most likely she has the lethal. Our opponent has the lethal, so if they have pumped, now's their chance to do it. Oh, they don't. Okay. We're down to 12. Okay, well, that's not horrible. This is going to be painful, though. For ourselves, but that's okay. Can't remove and lose on turn 3. I mean, you're not wrong about that either. I've also been hating ranked because of those Tifa snakeskin decks. I mean, we did do one a little earlier this summer, and surprisingly, yeah, Tifa can be very scary. Something I was not expecting overall. Okay. This is gonna hurt for a bit. Down to 3. No attacks. We might have to do a double block here to keep the Chocobo dead. Okay, Bristly Bill. Okay. They don't have enough to pump it. Okay. Actually, maybe they do have... Wait, no, they do have enough to pump it. Okay, so we're going to have to actually block here. Okay. Opponents? Yeah, they have it. I guess I should have done it immediately. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered. Even if they did it immediately, they could, in response, do it. Dang. All right, they got us. They got us. Bristly Bill, everybody. What a powerful card. I'm just going to blow it up out of spite. Okay, Screaming Nemesis. Okay. We're not dead, but... Okay. Opponents. Down to 16. Do you have anything else, opponents? I mean, they can't really swing with the Chocobo now. We kind of hilariously have a Screaming Nemesis to block them. They can't throw all their damage at Screaming Nemesis based on the new ruling, but... we'll see what they do here. If they have Trample, then we are definitely dead. Oh, he might just... Yeah, he might just try to Super Slide it. But in the meantime... I mean, I suppose we could try to slow roll it. Get our pings going. Down to 14. We're not dead. I mean, maybe I'm just dragging out the inevitable here, but I'll try. Opponents, 2 cards in hand. We are completely out. What could you possibly have? Okay. Oh, they do have another Tifa. But they don't have anything way to pump her up, I guess. Okay. Well. It's fine, I guess. Anything else, opponents? 1 card left. Anything? Don't keep me waiting. Burnout Brashnaut. Okay. Got our starter engines going. Not that it helps us out too much right now. But we can start triggering it eventually. Down to 12. Surprisingly, the Needleheads are keeping us in this fight. Okay, so they got Traveling Chocobo. Okay, opponents. What's their last card? Is it a pump spell? Is it a removal spell? It's probably a removal spell. Bushwhack. Okay, well, there it was, everybody. Dang. Okay, so... Now the desperation time comes in. Go to 9. Do they swing? Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. 1, 2, 3... Okay. No, that doesn't work either. Okay, so... Block here 1. Turn on 1 Sanctuary. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. 8, 7. Swing with 2. Do you block, opponent? That puts him down to... Do they chump block? Okay, so... For 1. Down to 4. Hired Claw. Paying for 1. They go to 3. Wow. We're not dead. If they have Trample, though, then we are dead. Is that a land? Is that a pump spell? What could it be, opponents? Oh, man, the suspense here is killing me. I don't know. Did we get there? Or did we lose? Okay. Oh, my goodness. We did it! Oh, my goodness. Wow. We We somehow cheesed our way to a victory against a mono green counters deck. Wow. Maybe they had the Great Craterhoof in hand? I have no idea what they had. They had 8 mana. They could have casted anything. Like, either that was like I'm guessing that maybe that was a Snakeskin Veil. Maybe that was probably what they had. It doesn't matter, though. We still took the win just the same, so... Oh, I'm so happy about that one. Wow, we had no business winning that battle. In some way, somehow, we managed to sneak out a win there. I'll take it, though. I'll definitely take it. Okay, so let's see. We still have enough time for maybe a couple more matches, depending on how long these ones go. But we're almost there, and I still appreciate all y'all. Let's see. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, we got Removal, Razorkins, Hired Claw, the Brashnaut. We got stuff to work with here. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's do it this way. Let's see. How do I want to do this, actually? Brashnaut there. Go with the Hired Claw first. So when it swings, it can do 2 points of damage. Ooh, Johnny's private. Okay. Never mind. We need to shut that down ASAP. We cannot allow that to go off. No, no, no. I've had many times where we've had to deal with Pride Maids. We're not dealing with that. Not today. Pride Maid number 2. Jeez. Okay. Okay, opponents. That's how you want to play it. We're swinging. Down to 15. I might have to hold back down the Screaming Nemesis just to turn off whatever life gain they have, which they have now. Okay. Fine. Oh, come on. Really, opponents? Ah! Okay. 16. Back up to 19 for our opponent there. Wow. Okay. So. Burnout. Emberheart. This is going to be an uphill battle. I don't think we're going to be able to win this one. Not with behind 2 Sheltered by Ghosts. Leyline of Hope. Hinterland Sablifier. Okay. No blocks. Alright, up to 23. Okay. So, Razorkin number 1. Razorkin number 2. Swing with both. They can block if they want to, but it won't matter. 3. Okay. 2 pings. It matters. Down to 18. Essence Channeler. Alright, it's the mono white life gain deck we've all come to know and love, everybody. Ain't no blocks. Down to 4. Okay, gained a ton of life there. I guess we'll do it this way. Start your engines at max. We'll pass, though. Okay. So, we're pretty much dead at this point. Because that turns on the Essence Channeler, which has flying, and now we lose. Dang it. Come on. Just no way to deal with mono red there. Or sorry, mono white. That's fine. It's fine. I won't be salty. Won't be salty. Not going to be angry. It's okay. It is what it is. Sometimes you just get bad matchups. It's okay. Shaking it off. We're going to try again. Still playing our mono red deck. Still trying to have some fun here. Okay. I'll probably put up a poll soon as we get closer to Spider-Man to ask what do you guys want to see when it comes to the cards that we're going to be finding out. I know it's a little complicated, but maybe I'll just simplify by asking what colors do you want me to play in first for the upcoming set release. Alright, so in the meantime here, let's play Mountain and pass. Spire Bluff Canal, alright. Okay, Breeding Pool, nothing yet, alright. Hired Claw. Player Challenger. Getting that early damage down to 18. Forest. Teamer Battle Crier. Huh. Okay. Fascinating. But we still have an answer to that. Player Higher Claw. Swing it again. Down to 15. So you told I could only answer once I've seen what the cards are. That is fair. I mean, technically the cards are out. It's just the awkward part is what we're getting in Arena is not going to be the same. At least not the same as paper. So that's kind of the reason why I haven't actually taken the time to really look at what we're getting, if that makes sense. It just feels very, like I don't know what's the best take for this. Play the links now. Shut off life gain. We're at 15. Ping again. Down to 14. On it. 11. Okay. Ooh, opponent is gonna try to do some plotting here. Okay. But will that be enough? Maybe I should keep the burst lightnings open. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, wait. Oh, we got them right here. We're good. Once again, I was overthinking it. 8. And there you go. They knew what was happening right there. Yeah. Victory once again. All right. All right. All right. Getting our wins then. Maybe we have time for maybe what? 2, 3 more matches, and then we'll do our wrap-up here. So we're almost there, everybody. And we almost managed to get our weeklies done. That's cool, too. Yeah, I guess I'll have to wait and see. I mean, obviously, I'm going to brew around my usual stuff. We're talking about, like aggro. We'll do, of course, there's lots of creature tribal decks out there. I mean, there's so many spiders, but obviously, we got to do a hilarious one. What if we maybe built a spider deck that's not Spider-Man? Or I guess, I don't know what we're going to call it, but yeah. A spider deck that doesn't require spider heroes, I guess you could say. I guess if that makes some sense there. But that's what I'm looking at here, is where I'm just going to try to use the cards for other decks that may use them for support pieces, if that makes sense. I don't know. Well, we'll still make a spider person deck. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just so confusing. Oh, why not name birds? Cavern of Souls? Okay, that's cute. We will play our Emberheart Challenger, though. Get a ping in. 30 points of damage, I'm guessing. Yes, opponent? Maybe? Down to 16. Okay. So, if they start pumping up their Chocobo, we still have a Scorching Shot to burn them out, so we're good there. Also a Screaming Nemesis, so that's also helpful, too. Opponents. Anything else? Take your sweet time with this opponent. It's not like I have to go to the bathroom or anything. Actually, I have been needing to go to the restroom for quite a bit now, but we're almost done, so we're going to try to hold it in just a little bit more. Is that weird of me to say that out loud? I don't know. You know what? It's out there. Too late. Can't take it back. Or maybe our opponent actually went to the bathroom, too. Opponents. Hello? Hello? Opponents. Yoo-hoo! Still a little bit of a match here. Don't run away. Or maybe they have bad connection. Who knows? Meanwhile, why am I sweating so much right now? Like, you can't tell, obviously, but I am sweating up a storm. Oh my goodness. My room reads right now 92. I don't have AC where I am right now. We're having a little bit of a technical issue. So I am right now sweating it out in a room that reads 92 degrees. I have a fan on right next to me. Probably can't hear it, but it's there. And it is still barely helping me. Jeez, I feel like I need another shower, though. Found it? You there? Okay. Well, I'm going to feel awkward here trying to get a win because you're not playing, but okay. A win's a win, so, I mean, we'll take it. I'm thinking after this turn, our opponent might just concede because losing one whole turn in a game like this means pretty much you might end up losing. So, if our opponent, however, is away, hopefully they come back, but it's probably going to be now a free win for us. But while we're waiting for our opponent to arrive, maybe they're picking up their Amazon package, or maybe they're just, you know, whatever weird business they're taking care of. If you are interested, of course, in this deck and the deck list, as I mentioned earlier, but I'll remind all of you once again, do not worry. The deck list will be available for you on the details of this live stream once we're done. Doesn't matter if you're watching on Instagram, X, YouTube, or Twitch. Every single platform I am streaming on will get a copy of the deck list. Okay, opponents, come on, you there? Anything? Lou? Lou? Opponents? I think they've completely checked out, or they have lost their connection to Arena. If they lost their connection, that kind of sucks, but I know what that's like, so it is what it is. Stinky toilet, I could... Oh, wait, no, we already answered that. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just sweating up a storm here. Guess I'll have to debate, do I need another shower? Has anybody ever actually showered more than once just because? It's not something I think about too often, but sometimes I have done it before. We're talking like on a day where these are extremely blazing hot, or sometimes, you know, like you do like your own busy stuff. You do your own, like, you know, like yard work, or you're taking care of something outside, or you're exercising. Oh, okay. Well, I guess our opponent gave us a free win there. Yay. I feel kind of guilty taking the win, but I mean, it happens. Okay. Well, looking at the clock, I think we have time for maybe one more game. So this will be the last one, everybody. Win or lose. Can we get to the end of the stream right here with a finale that ends with us winning? We'll find out here now, everybody. All right. We're going to get serious now. Serious here. Totally serious. Game face on.
It's time to
Yeah, all right, okay. All right, so what do we got here? We've got the Brash Knots, Screaming Nemesis, and the Braid for some spot removal. I think we can do it with this. Okay, Meticulous Archive, Surveillance. So is it going to be Control, or is it going to be more artifacts? That a Braid might actually be our key piece here to keep certain things off the field. Let's see. Okay, nothing yet from our opponents. Down to 19. We're at second gear for that ability. I don't like to say, what is it? So I don't say like speed 2 or anything. It is first, second, third, and fourth gear. If you know the reference, you know what I'm talking about. Ooh, Lightning Helix. Wow. Okay. They're Jeskai Control, I guess? Not what I was expecting, but okay. All right. Let's get that pump in. We need to close this out. 19. And we're at third gear. Okay. Opponents. A Braid. Okay. Huh. I have no idea what our opponent's playing here. But we'll still keep trying. Screaming Nemesis coming in. Down to 16. Max speed, or fourth gear, if you will. They have Judgment. Ooh, okay. I guess they're a control deck then. Well, we're still going to keep the hits coming. Down to 13. Wow, opponent used up a whole Wrath for that. Consult the star charts. Okay. They're trying to find an answer. They found a Get Lost. Is it all removal? This is going to be so boring if it's just all removal. It's not my fondest thing to see, but okay. I might have to turn on that Soulstone Sanctuary. Oh, yeah, the Biza. Okay. So they gain life, gain some cards back. Another land. I guess we'll turn on the Sanctuary now. Turn it on. It's tapped. That's okay. Okay, so Scorching Shot. This is the reason why we have it in the deck, so this is good. That's down. Let's pump it up too. Rationot. Okay, so we got a 5/5. Down to 12. But it is very vulnerable right now if our opponent has any removal. And they do. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Stock up. Okay. Still digging. I don't know. I always have a conflicting feeling when it comes to control decks. On the one hand, yes, we do have control decks, and I do actually have some still in my collection here, but I'm just not fond of them because it just feels like it's the same old, you know, removal, removal, removal. And then you play one thing and then just cheese out a win there. I don't know. But then again, I know some people out there probably feel the same way when it comes to me playing something like this, where you're playing... or you're just playing aggro, or you're not gonna lie, I just kind of go the same route too, you know. Swing, swing, swing. Burn, burn, burn. Chico. Paragon of the Way. Okay. Opponents. Jeez. Alright. Burst lightning to the face. We're gonna have to get desperate here. Right up to 13. Come on, deck. So, let's see here. Alright. Let's see. When enters. Okay. Still at 20. They haven't done anything except try to stabilize. Do they swing? They do. Okay, down to 16. Anything else, opponents? Nope. Razorkin Needlehead. Okay, we're trying. Jeez, okay. Alright, well, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be ending this on a sad note because I have no way of getting through this whole game plan here. No matter what we try to do, they're just going to keep getting us with these big, chunky creatures. We're trying, but we just cannot get through all of this. Not with what we have. Okay, Hard Claw. Dang. Why does it always end up having like a really sad little way to end it right here? I kind of don't want it to be this way. I would like for us to end it on a happy, fun note. Alright, Pinnacle Starcage. Okay, I think this might be it for us. I think we're probably going to have to cut it here. Alright, opponent, fine. You win. Not gonna be mad. Not gonna be bad. Dang, we're so close to ranking up there. You know what? I'm looking at the clock. Maybe we can squeeze in one more. How about that, everybody? You know what? One more. I really want to see if we can end it on a good note. I want to get that win in. I'm itching for that win. I don't want us to end it on a loss. Let's try to get one more. I swear, one more. Let's get this going.
It's time to
get this pumped up. Okay, okay. We're trying one more time here. Gonna try to squeeze in one more game because I want us to get that win. I want to end on a win. Okay, Brashing on. Trying to curve it out here. What do we got? Forest. Okay, got the elves. Let's play... oh, get the Burst Lightning going. Slow down their elf plan. Down to 19. Alright. 2. What else you got, opponents? Starting town. Esper Origins, okay. Annoying because they gain life again. Okay, Ration out again. That's fine. But this time we'll put in Razorkin. Down to 20. Alright. Gear 3. Ping him down to 19. Sanctum. Tamer Battlecrier. Alright. Beautiful. Okay, we got the Scorching Shot off the top there. That's what we wanted. Nice. Hey, top decks sometimes save you. Down to 16. Oh, and that's now double striking. Beautiful. 14. Come on, deck. We need more lands. Get more lands in. Maybe we can pull this off here. Okay, they managed to get their summon in. So, Rationaut number 2. And Razorkin number 2. Swing here. Get some free damage. Down to 14. Ping again. 13. 12. Add mana on part 2 here. Esper Origins again. Oh man, we need one more life. If we can get one more life, we can hopefully just stop them before they do anything major. Origins again. Okay. All right. They get another one. These summons. They're scary. Okay. Is that all, opponents? God, just so we can turn off the life gain, I think we might have a shot here. Okay, Brady pull again. Souls in Sanctuary, okay. Well, that does help a little bit. Sunspire Links. Hit him. Down to 13. Okay, no attacks yet. 2 pings. Down to 11. They add their mana. That's gone forever. That gets big. That's trample. But do they hit us? If they hit us, then we can win. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Does that Outcaster Trailblazer come in? It does. Okay. They make 1 mana. They can draw cards if they want to. That actually does help us out a bit there. Because we get the pings in. So 2 more damage, down to 9. Anything else, opponents? Anything else? Land of War Elves, okay, that's cute. Swing? They do not. Okay. Okay, Razorkin again is hilarious. So, Emberheart Challenger. Razorkin, number 3. No attacks. Ping, ping, ping. 8, 7, 6. Their whole team gets pumped. And they have trample now. We can chump block a bit. If we absolutely have to. Okay. Is this enough? If we sponge the hits... Oh, no, never mind. We got the victory there. All right. Nice. That's actually how I want to end it. Woo! All right. Well, we didn't make it to Platinum 2, but we came close, so I'll take that as a victory for today, everybody. Okay. That feels much better on me. Much, much better. That'll be how we end it today, everybody. Okay. So, let's go now over the deck and how it felt overall for everybody. The good, the bad, and everything else. Oh, I forgot about Yargle Day. Oh, we didn't do the Yargle Day event. Okay, well, that's okay, everybody. If y'all want to do Yargle Day, I mean, you pretty much could do that on your own time. It's literally only just 1 deck, so okay, well, that's kind of boring, actually. You know what? It's fine. I'll probably do that on my own time, and I'm sure all of you will do that to get your free XP in. But for now, let's actually talk about the decks overall. So, red deck wins, everybody. The classic name for this deck archetype. Mono red aggro, using some burn spells. That's pretty much the name of the game. What do you think, everybody? Let me know how you feel. Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? To be honest, the budget version actually doesn't feel too bad. It still got us quite a few wins, so that was actually good. We only took like a couple losses from it, but I was happy with how it turned out. The deck is definitely going to be okay. Low to the ground, super aggro. The only thing you'll have to kind of manage, of course, is when you use cards like Caveron Harrier, do you want to spend the 2 mana to make a robot? In some instances, going wide is better. Some instances, it might be better to play your Razorkin just to get the pings going. It really depends on what the board state is and what your opponent is playing. So that's the only tricky part about playing this mono red deck is there's a lot of great options. You can definitely go on curve very easily. It really comes down to, of course, what you need more importantly. You know, do you need to hit the removal spell first? Or do you need to get rid of that artifact? Or do you need it actually as a spot removal? So your mileage varies, and it really kind of depends on what your opponent is doing. I can tell you right now for sure, there's definitely one thing that I do like about this deck is it's not as brainless as some people think it is. Mono red is actually kind of tricky because every spell you cast does affect whether or not you can get the win or loss. Sometimes that extra point of burn damage to the face, or sometimes that extra swing or holding back does make a huge difference. You saw today, we did have quite a few matches where sometimes not swinging immediately saved us and got us a win. So keep that in mind when you do want to play with mono red. Obviously, if you do want to play the full powered version, that helped win actually the latest tournament in Florida. I'm sorry, I just can't remember the name right now. But if you want to check that out, again, this link also will be available. You saw today, we actually got quite a few good wins with the deck, so I'm actually really happy with the deck. I think I might actually try to keep playing this a little bit more on my off time here, just to see if I can rank up to Diamond with this deck. It's actually been pretty effective. Maybe a couple of tweaks here and there for certain matchups I might have to make, but overall, the deck definitely feels solid. I would definitely recommend this for anybody that likes to play mono red, If you like to play aggro decks, creature decks, if you just are just a burn player or just want to play like this is definitely your deck. I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to do any best of 3, but only just because we were riding the wave of playing, best of 1 and getting the most value out of it, which honestly, the deck definitely feels like you definitely want to play best of 1 mostly. Best of 3 is perfectly fine with the deck, but best of 1 definitely felt really good with it overall. So your mileage varies, but I would definitely recommend this deck anyway for anybody. Now, before we end today's stream, for those of you who have made it this far into the video, thanks again for hanging in there because you are my true fiery friends. And because of that, I'll be more than happy to just explain to you what exactly is coming for the next couple of pieces of content. So, our next deck tech that we are working on already is going to be Cosmo Convoke. So this is going to be our mono white budget deck that we will cover in full next week. So we're looking at Monday to talk about this in full. You kind of get a cute little glimpse here of it. But again, we will discuss this deck more soon enough. I already finished the gameplay videos for it, so I just need to start recording the rest of the video and we should be good to go and ready to have it edited down, ready for you to watch on Monday. For anything else that's coming up on the week, we also have another deck here. We have Dark Unas here. So shout out to you, Sneaky Toilet, because you were the one that originally showed me the list when I faced off against you, and I decided we can refine this. We'll make a budget version of this, and I'll fill it out a little bit more, but this is mostly what we're working with here. Using Una here and a bunch of stuff to ramp out and just cheat a bunch of big stuff into play. It's actually a pretty fun deck. This is, again, going to be what you see here is the non-budget version, but we will make a budget version coming up soon. Don't worry. That is going to be coming, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy that one when it happens. Otherwise, after that, we're going to start slowly getting ready for Spider-Man, but before we do, we also have another 5-color deck that I want to see if we can wrap up maybe the end of Edge of Eternity. So once we get to the last day before the set drops, we'll probably do this 5-color Slivers deck. I haven't made the non-budget version yet, but the budget version here feels pretty good, and I think we definitely get this one ready to go for our grand finale of Edge of Eternities. So we'll talk about that one a little bit more. Beyond that, basically, Kaylin is also going to be our next basically deck, so our super ultra budget deck series that we've been doing. We'll continue this on. We do have already this one good to go here, and I know from some of you who have been requesting if we can see upgrades within this. I'm going to see if I can try to refine the deck tech a little bit more so it doesn't feel like I'm just, rambling too much here. But I'll try to see if we can kind of cut it down a bit so you can see more of the actual deck in action and maybe a little bit more about what you can upgrade if you like what the deck is doing. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for today, everybody. That is all we are going to be seeing coming up in the future for the channel. One more time, thank you to everybody who did show up today. So again, shout outs to you. For those of you that were out there, for my YouTube friends, Robert, I appreciate you hanging in there and popping up for a little bit there. Toebill Leg, Autogon Bats. I'm sorry if I still butchered that. I'll try to get better at that. But thanks again for asking up for the deck link. Those will be up in just a little bit. And of course, Sneaky Toilet, my all-star true fiery friend. Thanks again for hanging in there for the whole stream. I really appreciate you being there for me. But with that, that's pretty much going to be it for today, everybody. If I didn't give you a shout out, apologize, but again, if you're popping up on a stream from a different location like X or Instagram, unfortunately my chat right now doesn't allow me to have a compatible link to add those people chatting from there, but I'll definitely hear you guys out if you do want to leave a comment in the replies once we're done here. That's pretty much it for today, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have fun out there. Be safe. And again, we'll have a chance to talk about stuff with Spider-Man coming up soon. We'll try to see how that all works out here. But hopefully it'll be something that I'll try to remain positive for as much as I can. Otherwise, we'll get a chance to do this again. Looking like I think Friday is going to be our next budget live stream. So check that out in the future. We'll be seeing you in a couple of days, everybody. But as always, before we let go for today, just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you again on Friday, everybody. Later.